Tries to swat it and turns into ping pong.
You know what? Now, during the season, each team rubs up footballs to get some of the slick substance off of them. Now, who's going to do that job over here in the Pro Bowl? You know, the quarterback's probably not concerned about it, and that could be just enough where the football can slide out of your hand or pop out of there.
And it's hot down there on the field. There's a lot of perspiration down there.
It's a 68-yard return for Adalys Thomas.
Peyton Manning is going, man, I'm glad that wasn't me.
The discussion continues down here, but there is no review.
Right.
Well, it's not that they're just making sure that everybody see it the same way. As Sean Payton told us, guys, what did he say? There's a lot of things I got to get used to. Practice is not going to be real sharp. Guys are going to do certain things, and another one is there's no challenge in certain plays when they don't go your way.
Well, the officials had it right.
Nate Kading's kick is good. 7:42 to play in the first half. Adalys Thomas returns at 68 yards. Once Mark Bulger loses it and Thomas picks it up, nobody's catching the big guy from Baltimore.
We're playing San Diego. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, and puked in between. And that's when I knew it.
I felt like I was playing with little kids and I was a grown man, like Superman.
I ran the fastest 40 at the camp, and I was still 15 years old. So that's when I knew I was gonna be pretty good. Oh yeah.
This is my ride.
This is my new home.
And this is my off-ice training. That sun's wicked bright right now.
This is our Zamboni.
Stall, 50 moving, and scores!
This is my best looking line mate.
Hi there, folks. I'm Tim McCarver, thanking you for watching my show exclusively here on NASN, Europe's leading channel for North American sports. Join me each week as I conduct in-depth interviews with the biggest stars from the world of sports. Whether you enjoy football, baseball, basketball, hockey, you name it. Check out NASN.com for the latest schedules and guest lists, and we'll see you right here on Chevrolet's Tim McCarver Show on NASN.
Seven lead for the AFC. Adalys Thomas, 68-yard return of a fumble for a touchdown. The difference in this game, and there is Devin Hester. Returned 2 kickoffs and 3 punts and 1 field goal for touchdown during the season. And of course, kind of made an impact statement on Super Bowl Sunday, didn't it? That's a short kick.
Yeah, guess why?
And that one is picked up by Steve Hutchinson on the return.
Yeah, Hester was waiting there for it, and he snatched it right out from in front of him.
Well, Adalys Thomas, now we were talking about the guys who are key free agents this year. How about the fact that he's here playing in this game with a brand new contract on the line?
Yeah, I give him a lot of credit for, you know, with free agency looming out there. Of course, the price of free agency might have just gone up with a little touchdown in the Pro Bowl.
During the commercial, Shannon Sharp says the price just went up.
I'm not sure. There's a lot of versatility represented here on this field, but not many of them can play the range of positions that Adalys Thomas can. From pass rusher to coverage linebacker to safety, playing deep middle in coverage.
This is Frank Gore straight up the middle for a couple. Out to about the 33 and down on the sideline. Hall of Fame inductee Thurman Thomas standing by with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, Greg here. I'm with the second member of that K-Gun offense, the Buffalo Bills offense, Thurman Thomas. Thurman, how sweet is this?
Oh, it's very sweet. Knowing that we went to 4 Super Bowls in a row and lost all 4, and Marv Levy went in, Jim Kelly went in, and I went in this year. It's just, you're coming around to see a lot of players from that team to go in, and I'm just very excited for the Bills organization and the Buffalo Bills fans.
Thurman, everybody remembers in 1988, you fell asleep during the draft. Did you sleep through this one?
No, I didn't sleep at all doing this one. I was so anxious. I was up all night long, even though the announcement came at 2:30 in the afternoon. I was up all night long. I couldn't sleep. Even my kids couldn't sleep. So, no, it was very nerve-wracking, but glad I got the opportunity to get in the hall.
Thurman, you made me miss that great catch by Steve Smith. Congratulations, Thurman Thomas, Hall of Fame.
All right, thank you.
Way to go, Shannon. Make a Hall of Famer feel guilty. Steve Smith with a terrific catch downfield, 38-yard pickup, and a first down for the NFC.
Yeah, it was a terrific catch, but that football was thrown to Roy Williams. Steve Smith just saw it and went and got it. You know, Dan, you talk about Adalius Thomas. He played all those positions. Bruce Matthews, he was interviewed earlier. He played all the positions on the offensive line.
Which he sure did. Played center, both guards, and both tackles.
And came to the Pro Bowl, is that right, in all 5?
Yeah, and stunningly never missed a game because of injury his entire career.
Quick pass to the outside to Smith, and Smith like walking the sidewalk, or the sideline, out of bounds at about the 23-yard line.
That was some job by Steve Smith going back on the previous play. Phil was right. That pass was intended for Roy Williams, and it looked like it was going to be intercepted halfway there. See, he's the inside guy. That's Roy Williams on the outside.
And the football, the wind, it's underthrown, or Roy Williams not looking for it, and Steve Smith just makes the adjustment. Nobody turns and looks for it, so he figures, why not catch it?
I'm not sure that Roy Williams ever even figured out that Steve Smith caught it.
Because if that was thrown to Steve Smith, he'd have thrown it on the line drive inside.
Pump fake, and now for the corner of the end zone and overthrown is Steve Smith. How's this for a number, guys? Over the last 2 seasons, Steve Smith has 1,284 yards after the catch.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, and even Sean Payton, when you come to a game like this, you look at all your players and the skills, and what did he tell us? You got to put some plays in just to make sure you get the football to a guy like Steve Smith quick to the outside.
We're still in an era where a lot of receivers catch the ball and then just drop to the ground like a quail going to cover. Steve Smith is not one of those guys. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I'm not a hunter, but I know what you're trying to say.
Here's Frank Gore looking outside, looking inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. Under 5.5 minutes to play here in the first half of the 57th NFL Pro Bowl presented by State Farm.
Every time I see Frank Gore run with the football, I think about Rutgers playing the University of Miami. Greg Schiano, young coach. They're getting trampled down there. It's Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee. They come out of the game. The Rutgers staff goes to Coach Schiano. Oh, good. At least they've taken those 2 out of the game. We're okay now. And he goes, no, we're not. They're putting in the freshman Frank Gore. He's better than the other 2. And
that's pretty amazing.
He was. It is amazing.
That's a lot of talent in one place.
Bulger, lift time, throws for the end zone, incomplete, and the penalty marker's down. Algie Crumpler looking for the flag and gets it.
Algie Crumpler was sitting astride the goal line, and 3 DBs for the AFC were back there by themselves.
Defensive pass interference, number 55. In the end zone, the ball will be placed at the 1-yard line.
The call is on Terrell Suggs. And now the NFC in prime position to tie this game up. 4:45 to play in the first half.
You know, I'm going back to Frank Gore, though, but I've talked to Clinton Portis, and they even admit that Frank Gore, they said he's going to be better than all of us down at the University of Miami. Injuries kind of slowed his career down, but 3 guys.
But they were all there at the same time. Portis, McGahee, and Gore.
And before those 2 was Edgerrin James.
It's in there. Back strong up the middle. No indication yet from the officials. Plenty of NFC guys raising their hands, but they don't count. Not yet. Second and goal.
Tell him I want a time. I want a timeout.
Well, that's Sean Payton says, let's talk this over.
Well, you know why? I believe he's going to try to get a play to get a touchdown for somebody. Would that be it? To make sure he gets the right personnel in there.
Maybe he can do the last mango thing and let Tiki try to throw it again.
Hey, the new Survivor has just begun, and already some castaways are hurting while the other tribes living it up. One challenge could reverse their fortunes. Don't miss a new episode of Survivor Fiji Thursday on CBS. Sean Payton and Mark Bulger surveying. And conversing.
Yeah, I wonder why he called the timeout. I'm trying to figure out. I haven't seen substitutions. Didn't seem to be any problem with the communication.
35, Bob.
And there's only half a smidge to go to the goal line.
A what?
A half a smidge.
Half a smidge. I thought I heard 35 Bob. That'll be off left tackle.
You on the gap. Bob, get in the gap. Back on the backer.
Yep. You can see him right there, Max Strong split. He's going to go in there on the lead block.
And here comes Frank Gore for the touchdown.
The Bob block is by the fullback, Max Strong, and pretty basic power football.
Well, Frank Gore, he sure gives the San Francisco 49ers a lot of hope. When you have a running game and a running back that was as successful as he was this past year, that does a lot of things for your football team.
1,695 rushing yards for Frank Gore. That was a 49ers franchise record.
And their quarterback, he started to come around.
Robbie Gould's kick is good, and with 4:09 to play here in the first half, we're all tied at 14 apiece. Here's your Bob play, Dan.
35 Bob. Follows Max Strong. He goes off left guard. Frank Gore sees the crease back to the inside, cuts it back, and goes in pretty easily.
Why can't we call that 35 Frank? Why does it have to be Bob?
Because Bob, B-O-B, back on the backer.
Isn't that clever, Greg?
Frank. Give the ball to Frank.
Give the ball to Frank.
That seems to work.
Okay, that's the last time I'm talking football with Greg.
Yeah, I feel your pain.
Pretty much felt it all season long, didn't you?
I had fun.
4:09, we are knotted up. Scoreless first quarter here. Then Tiki Barber had a 1-yard touchdown run for the NFC. Reggie Wayne caught a 72-yard touchdown pass to tie it. Adalys Thomas had a 68-yard fumble recovery return for a touchdown, and Frank Gore just tied it up here with a 1-yard plunge.
We have, what, 40,000 to the winner, 20,000 to the loser?
What was it when you were here, your last time? Can you remember?
Well, the last one I think was 10 and 5, but I played in a Pro Bowl where it was $1,500 to the winner and $1,250 to the loser.
And probably in that Pro Bowl, did y'all practice in like full pads and actually really work during the week getting ready for the game?
Chuck Knox was our coach when that first one, and no, we didn't, but the AFC was coached by John Madden, and he worked those guys hard.
Really?
They were in full pads, and they were banging the whole time.
So he was still mad about losing the championship.
That's right. Chuck Knox was our man. He took care of it.
Robbie Gould's kick, Justin Miller from the 1. And as he did so well for the New York Jets, Justin Miller returns this one out to about the 25, 27, 28-yard line. Down to Shannon Sharp.
Thanks, Greg. I'm with the electric one, Steve Smith. Steve, you stole Roy Williams' pass. Why'd you do that?
You know, it's like three flags up. You know, you got highest point. You got to go out there and get it.
Steve, we were talking before the game about a wide receiver winning the NFL's MVP. If anybody can do it, you can. Do you think it'll ever happen?
Nah, they don't give it to wide receivers. You know, we work hard. We already get the glory, so they say. So we just go out there and make plays, and eventually one day somebody get it.
Thanks, Steve. Back up to you, Greg.
All right, Shannon, thank you. Larry Johnson on the carry, out to the 40-yard line and enough for a first down, and we are at 3:50 to play in the first half.
Well, you got a lot of running backs in this game that are capable of breaking tackles. So even though you might say, geez, it's more fun to watch them go through the air, LJ, Gore, and these guys more than capable of busting a tackle and taking it all the way.
Larry Johnson again reverses his field and out to midfield and has 2 first downs in 2 carries. Finally tackled by Adrian Wilson.
Well, Larry Johnson, they worked this guy. He had 416 carries. Yes, that is an NFL record. That's a lot of time in the hot whirlpool. He's young, but they decided you're the man now. Let's see what you can do with it. And he responded. Just an outstanding season. 4th-year kid out of Penn State.
The 5th leading vote getter for this Pro Bowl. Carson Palmer on the move, throws and hits his man coming across the field. That's Andre Johnson. And out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
You know, Greg, you talk about it, it's always more exciting to watch it in the air. I don't know. I really like watching Larry Johnson run the football.
I do too.
It's different. I always try to, like, can I compare a running back to somebody in the past? And it's hard to find that guy for Larry Johnson. Is it Eric Dickerson? I don't know. He runs straight up. He has those feet. He's powerful. He breaks a lot of arm tackles.
And he admits, Phil, he runs angry. He said, I'm mad.
He lives angry.
Larry Johnson didn't get far thanks to Chris Jenkins of the Carolina Panthers.
Was he tackled or absorbed?
2 minutes to play. The Pro Bowl presented by State Farm is tied at 14. We're back after this. Ouch.
Druids Glen Golf Resort, voted European Golf Resort of the Year 2005. A golfer's paradise in the Garden of Ireland. 2 championship golf courses of contrasting design. The luxurious Marriott Druids Glen Hotel and Country Club, featuring 148 specially appointed guest rooms and a magnificent spa and health centre. Visit our driving range, pro shops, golf academy, and get your golfing tips or tuition from our resident PGA teaching professional.
Over the last 100 years, millions of NCAA student athletes have gone pro in something other than sports.
.9 Steve Smith has emerged as the NFL's premier scoring threat. Don't believe me? He'll tell you.
If you say this ugly face, that means I scored.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to tell you about Steve Smith. Steve Smith, touchdown! Taking candy from a baby. I know somebody better pour water on that man.
Talk about a game-changing player.
You see me again.
Our friend Dick Maxwell, wrapping up 36 sterling seasons with the National Football League, has been a friend to all of us in the broadcasting business. He and his wife Kay, Dick, the recipient of the Val Pinchbeck Award, and our congratulations to Dick Maxwell.
And that makes it so much more meaningful to Dick that it's named after our great friend Val, who's no longer with us, but wow, one of the great guys of all time, Val Pinchbeck.
Carson Palmer under the gun, throws it incomplete.
Well, there's no grounding in this game, so if you're a quarterback and you feel like you even sense trouble, Get rid of the football.
What you're saying is if you get sacked in this game, it's your own fault.
Something like that.
Minute 55 to play.
You know what I got a kick out of? Dan and I, Greg, we were all sitting around and listening to Peyton Manning was late for here. He goes out to practice on Wednesday. He missed Tuesday's practice. And I'll tell you what happened. We'll talk about it here after this play.
Palmer steps up, throws, and that's complete to his tight end, Tony Gonzalez.
So Peyton Manning goes out to practice. He missed the first day. He's out there. They're getting ready to stretch. You know how it is. The captains are in front. And Antonio Gates looks at Peyton and goes, Peyton, get on up there in front. You're captain. Peyton goes, oh, I didn't know that. So he starts walking up there. And as he gets up in front of the crowd, Bill Belichick says, Peyton, what are you doing? Get back. You're not no captain. And Peyton's all embarrassed. So he starts walking back into the crowd. Everybody now he gets in. You know how it is, Dan. You got to be in uniform, be in single file lines. Well, he's not in the line, and Belichick looks and goes, what are you doing? That's not a line there. And so Peyton says he looks around. He has to walk all the way through everybody, all the way to the back. And it's just won the Super Bowl. You're the MVP. And the first second you walk out the field, you're getting embarrassed. And
yeah, but it's, you know what? It's the best thing in the world because even though you're the Super Bowl MVP, you're one of the guys.
That's right.
You're one of the guys.
And he's taken a lot of ribbing here this week, and I know you heard about it. Steve Hutchinson walked up to Peyton Manning, and what did he say to him?
Oh, I was there when it happened.
Oh, you were there. Okay.
Oh, he goes, we were at the next thing. He goes, Peyton, I can see it. Peyton goes, what are you talking about? Hutchinson goes, well, it's clear. You've changed. You've really changed. There's Steve Hutchinson. Great friends with Peyton. Peyton went wild. Peyton was running. I can't believe he said that to me. I'm not any different.
I haven't changed, have I?
Oh.
Carson Palmer.
He wounded it.
Throwing, and that's incomplete at the 15-yard line. Pass broken up by Sean Taylor, intended for Chad Johnson, who is down and is up.
Yeah, what it is on the outside, D'Angelo Hall from the Atlanta Falcons sees the quarterback, looks through the receiver, and times it perfectly to break it up.
And
yes,
Chad threw that left leg out in front of him to stop himself, and looked like he hyperextended or really put a lot of weight on it awkwardly.
Money.
And by the way, that pass was broken up by number 21, D'Angelo Hall, and not number 21, Sean Taylor.
Well, it could have been Tiki Barber or Frank Gore, for that matter, as well.
You know, another thing Peyton mentioned is that he really got tired being here year after year and watching the Super Bowl champions trudge into this game late. Ball over to the NFC on downs, and now Mark Bulger throws near side. Donald Driver incomplete.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. He said, I always wanted to be, you know, the guys who get there early, with the Super Bowl champs always come in a day late because of their obligations. Said, I always wanted to be in that group coming in late. So what did he get for it? He gets nailed by Antonio Gates.
Hey, and we laugh all the time. You know, in the football world, the locker room, you're never spared. And when you have success, even more of that comes your way.
Second and 10 with 1:25 to play here in the first half of a 14-14 tie. Bulger got rid of it, incomplete. The official word we get regarding the injury to Drew Brees is a dislocated left elbow. There is no fracture, and he should be fine.
Yeah, we were told that it popped back in place, so everything's going to be fine.
And luckily, that is his non-throwing arm, but still, that's you hate to see it happen.
Yeah, you do. And we were talking about it before. Was anybody smiling more over here this week and having more fun than Drew Brees? You could just tell the season, overcoming the injury, everything he did, he had to feel great.
Hey,
and he was showing it, and good run around, just
well,
hopefully it's going to be okay.
Phil, you got two guys here in that same position. Carson Palmer the same way.
That pass over the middle, incomplete. You talked about what a great season Drew Brees had. Add to that the fact that here was a guy who was coming off shoulder surgery. There were huge questions about Drew Brees and whether or not he'd be able to return to form.
He goes to a bad team, They don't have high expectations, goes in with a new coach, and he's coming off injury, Greg. Even the most optimistic athlete doesn't think it's going to turn out the way it did for the New Orleans Saints.
Justin Miller deep for this kick from Matt McBride on 4th and 10. A minute 14 to play. Each team, well, AFC has 2 timeouts remaining. The NFC has 1. McBride, they're going to let this one bounce. And Miller takes it and is down back inside his 10-yard line by Devin Hester.
Well, the decision in San Diego was made to let Drew Brees go because they thought Phillip Rivers was ready, and they were right. Phillip Rivers was ready. That is a tremendous season when you've got that many touchdowns against that many interceptions, and this is one of those rare cases where it worked out well for everybody.
Yeah, it really did, and to have a team, and I think everybody expected the San Diego Chargers to be what they were this year, and to make a change and let your Pro Bowl quarterback go and start a guy that's never started, or he started 1 game, I think, in his first 2 years. Risk, but it, like you said, Dan, it worked out for both teams.
Meanwhile, this 57th Pro Bowl presented by State Farm is very much like a San Diego Chargers reunion, isn't it? 9 Chargers. Willie Parker in the backfield. Final minute and 2 of the first half, and Parker across the 10 to about the 12. And there's Chad Johnson, who limped off the field after that last play at the other end. Always a good sign when he doesn't go to the locker room, though. 40 seconds to play now in the first half. And we get movement up front.
False start, offense number 72. 5-yard penalty.
That's Matt Light of the New England Patriots playing in his first Pro Bowl. Let's go back to that injury suffered by Drew Brees.
Yeah, Drew was back in the pocket to throw, and Terrell Suggs, number 55, is going to come in from the left right there and collapse the left leg of Drew. And when he goes down to try to brace himself in falling, he puts all his weight ends up on his left arm.
Of course, that time I was watching his left elbow, so I could see, well, you could see it actually almost pop out.
Yeah, initially when you watch it, you're drawn to the leg to see if anything's going on down there. There's a guy that'll get fitted for his Super Bowl ring, Jeff Saturday, the center of the Colts.
It's going to be one big ring.
He's earned it.
This is Willie Parker, and Parker is knocked down, and that will do it for the first half, with the final seconds ticking away on each side, putting 14 points on the board.
EA Sports is in the game.
We have a timeout called with 10 seconds to play.
And that's where you throw a flag. Whose idea was this?
Oh, you can't help it, Dan. It's in you. It's the Pro Bowl, but it's Sean Payton. It's instinctive.
Yeah, yes. I think BB's going, I'm not sure that Sean and I are going to spend any quality time after this.
Well, they went fishing together this week.
How about that? Yeah, they went on a little tuna expedition.
Serious dent in the yellowfin tuna population of the Pacific.
And I don't mean Bill Parcells.
That's right.
So that running play will now bring to an end the first half. And that's it. That's the end of the first half. Our score, the AFC 14 and the NFC 14. We'll take a look at the Pro Bowl Skills Challenge after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Our live coverage of the NHL continues on NASN with an exclusive doubleheader. First up, Malkin and Crosby march their Penguins to Toronto to battle their eastern rivals, the Leafs. Then, Inform Atlanta hope to deal out a thrashing to the Canucks in General Motors Place. A live Hockey Night in Canada doubleheader, tonight only on NASN.
I'll trade you a